I don't know if we're going to do anything bad or good. What did I do to my nose? Hi everyone, it's Kezzie over here from Kezziescorner and welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be all about Revolution Pro, the Rockstar range, but we're going to be focusing on one palette. That is the Rockstar Noir palette. So if you want to see what I thought of the palette, what it looks like, what look I eventually create, then keep on watching. And if you like today's video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you to those who are returning subscribers. It means the world to me. And for those of you who are new and who have just came across my channel, I hope you like what you see and you join my lovely family. Let's go ahead and get started with today's video. So I've done my brows and I've also what's the word? Yes, I've also primed my lids, and now we're going to dip into the eyeshadow palette. Now, the Rockstar range from Revolution Pro actually released two. This is the nude palette, which reminds me a lot of the cozy vibes of the Roxy palette. So since I recorded that video not long ago, I thought let me do the noir first and then I will do this later on. So this is the box that the noir palette comes in. Again, this is part of the Revolution Pro range because, as you know, Makeup Revolution has a ton of different brands. This is the front of the palette, and then this is the back. This is what the palette looks like. It reminds me a lot of the rose gold palette from Huda Beauty. I don't know what I'm gonna do, so we will see. I want to do something with the greens because I don't usually do anything with the greens, but like the pinks are like calling my name. Okay, so I'm going to first start, just going to take this shade, which is called Lust. I'm taking it on my Milani blending brush, which I absolutely adore. Like, I really love this brush. And we're just going to blend this in the crease. I've never tried this palette out, so this is my first impressions. Something like this. Now we're going to go in this shade next. We're going to go into Ultimatum, which is that one right there. It's like a very nice rosy pink shade. I also like how these are like placed in the pans as well. Obviously I'm taking it on the same brush. Now I don't know, like in my head, they work together, but we will see. So I'm just going to literally place it below the shade Lust and literally just in my crease. Okay, so something like this. I kind of like the transition between both shades. I think Lust and Ultimatum actually go really well together. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually go back into the shade Lust that we used first. And I'm just going to build up the shade. So I'm just going to literally blend it on top of Ultimatum. I'm like barely touching my lid. I really like the transition between two shades. I don't know what I'm gonna do as the outer corner. Like, I'm gravitating towards green, but then there's like a purple. I don't think they will like blend in properly together. Okay, I'm going to try. I don't know if we're going to do anything bad or good. Maybe a different brush. Okay, so I'm going to take the shade called Timeless since I kind of want to dip into the greens a little bit. This is the shade that we're dipping into. It's Timeless, and I'm taking it on AOA Studio E130 brush, which looks like that's very tiny. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put it in the outer corner. It's a very dark sort of green shade, like very grungy. I want to see what's going to happen because I don't know, in my head it sounded okay, but I don't know. It's also a shimmer shade, so it's not a matte. So there's no like matte green shades in the palette. Okay, so I think I'm gonna actually go into Solo. Let's see. I don't know, we're going to experiment here. So I'm going to go into this one Solo, and I'm just taking it on like this like a really big brush because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and like blend it. Then with my other brush, we will see. I'm going to put it like at the outer edge. It's not doing much. So I don't think that would have been a good idea. But we'll see. I'm just going to try and blend whatever we've done. Maybe just take a little bit of Solo on my blending brush. And I'm just literally going to blend these shades, but also like drag it also in the crease. So like to like darken that crease. I don't know, I kind of like what we have going on. It's a very grungy look, but I mean, this is the Noir palette from Revolution Pro, so it's going to be a bit like darker, I guess. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go back into that green, the Timeless shade, because it's a really gorgeous green. And like over here, not at the very outer edge, I'm just going to pat that on again. Something like that. I really like that. Okay, and I'm taking a bit of Solo. Just a bit. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other eye, and I'll be right back. So this is what we have. And now I'm just going to literally just go into, I think I'm just going to go into Ultimatum and Lust again. So first I'm going to go into Ultimatum, and I'm taking again an AOA 127 E127 brush now. Blend. I barely like touch the brush with my lid. Okay, and I'm going to take Lust now. Okay, so I'm not going to do a cut crease, I believe, today. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put on Finale, and then we'll put something in the center. So we're going to put this one. This one is actually called Finale. So let's see what will happen. Okay. It's quite a bit of fallout. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go into Timeless again and just sort of blend a bit where those two shades meet, like Finale and Timeless. Some glitter is transferred. It goes all over the place, I must say. Okay, oh, this is really pretty. I haven't done a look like this, I think, ever. Okay, it worked actually. So now the final shade I'm going to take is this one right here. Like ever since I opened the palette, this is the shade that I've been like eyeing. So I'm going to literally take it on my little on my finger, and I'm just going to place it in the center of my lid. So something like that. Yeah, it's brighter. Like if you had to compare both, then it's quite brighter. That is the eyes mostly done. Now I'm going to do my face makeup. Use actually some products that I have in my project pan for today. So I have this one. I'm going to be using the Goodbye Pores, and this is the Revolution Blur Priming Serum. And I kind of like using both of them together. I find they work very well together. So I apply my Catrice Pore Blurring Primer. So there's that, and I'm going to take my Blur Priming Serum from Revolution. But like this one gives a bit of hydration as well. I have something new to try out as foundation. The thing is, I just realized that I opened it and it was broken, and I was really pissed off. So I've bought this one. This is the L'Oreal Infallible, the foundation in a powder. Now mine arrived a wee bit broken. I just hope it doesn't break even more. As you can see, like this is what I'm working with. Can it focus? You see? There's this. I hate applying these things, but since it's new, I think we can do it like, I mean, probably I have like lots of stuff which will break. Yep. Okay, but we're just gonna try it out, guys, because why not? I mean, from the camera, like there's a lot of coverage going on. My God. But it's so messy, mine. Mine is so messy. But it's so powdery. Oh my goodness. So powdery. Oh dear. I am not liking this at all. I was so excited because I've seen so many like, oh, good reviews, you know, reviewing this. But, you know, theirs came fully intact. Mine did not. And I love L'Oreal. Like my pores are like shining through. I don't like this at all. I thought it was going to be like more like a cream as well. It's not just like literal powder. I'm just going to not do anything else, basically. I'm just going to put on some concealer. But, I mean, can I work with this every single time? It probably will do this for me. Like, look at that.
Oh boy.
It's okay. I'm going to be using this one. This is the L'Oreal Infallible. This is actually a good concealer. And I love their foundations, like L'Oreal foundation. I only use this basically because I've seen so many people talking about it, and I was like, I need to try that out for myself. I'm going to be using my Insta contouring stick from Rimmel. I love this to contour. Let's hopefully see that everything like blends. Who has tried this foundation? and what are your thoughts on it? And then sort of if you don't use the like sponge that it comes with, what do you use to apply it? Oh my god, I still have this side. I'm just going to use my Wet n Wild compact powder to just basically set my under eye concealer. That is all, because I feel like I have too much concealer powder. And what I will do is I'll actually use my setting spray, because I wish for like some setting spray on my skin. So now let's finish the eyes. We're back in this palette. As a like lower lash line, I would say I would love just to see Lost. I don't want any more, so I'm going to take Lost. My battery is going to run out soon of my camera, but that's perfectly fine. Something like that I think would be perfect. And now we're just going to obviously put something in our inner corners, and I think I want to just take Haze or Divine. No, Haze. I'm going to take Haze, which is this one right here. Ooh, that is gorgeous. Now today, judging from how the video is going, I don't really want to apply any lashes, so I'm just going to be applying mascara today, not even eyeliner. We're going to go back into the 5D Lift and Define mascara from Revolution, because why not? So the eyes are actually ready, and I really love the mascara. I think it has a really nice brush that allows you to grab onto the lashes really well. Absolutely love this. I have, look where I am in the bronzer. I'm doing very well with the bronzer. Still doesn't want to end though, like I feel like it never wants to end. So anyways, I'm going to use my Physicians Formula to just bronze me face, because why not? And I like also getting my forehead and just zooming like this. I mean, the foundation kind of settled with everything, but still it isn't my favorite. Okay, now for blusher, I've been loving the one that I have for my project pan, and that's the one I'm going to use, and I think it actually goes really nicely with today's makeup look. It's the Wet n Wild, the blush apricot in the middle. I love this, absolutely love this. Okay, and for highlighter, I'm going to be using my Essence Pure Nude highlighter. I mean, this is in my project pan, but I don't believe it will ever finish. What did I do to my nose? I'm going to be using this one. I thought that this would be a nice, like, it's like noiry kind of. It's like dark as well. This is the MAC. This was, what was this? Topped with Brandy. Oh my goodness, Topped with Brandy. I haven't used this in a while, so I don't know. Okay to use. Oh, yeah, this shade is beautiful. Okay, so this is the finished look. What do you guys think of this finished look? I can zoom you in for a bit. Foundation, like you see like patches of like different colors, so not my favorite, but I mean the eye makeup is beautiful. This is the look I created with this beautiful palette. I mean, there's a lot to do with this palette, but today I wanted to focus on something that I don't usually tend to gravitate toward, focusing on the greens. However, I honestly would have loved to focus on the pinks. And there's also like this yellow shade, which is called Orus, like that yellow shade, which is called Orus. Mamma mia. I would definitely recommend this palette though, and I look forward now to trying out the nude palette, the other palette from the Rockstar range. So yeah, excited. Very disappointed with this, not my favorite. I do like make this ending so long. I hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more, then press subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!